Warnings are supposed to alert you of what's to come, not what's already here. I sometimes see people say that we've been talking about crashes and collapses for so long, yet nothing has happened. A crash, when it comes to the economy, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, and to be honest, we're seeing parts of it already. Soon enough, warnings won't be enough. Today's warnings will be tomorrow's breaking news. So you decide. Would you rather prepare for something that you know may come, or are you willing to wait until it's all too late? So here's a warning. Cows in the UK may be given a particular suppressant so that they would meet their country's climate goals. Now, I wish this was an April Fool's joke, but we're way beyond that now. An expert from one of the biggest banks right here in our country, they're saying that we're going to see some good news in the stock market followed quickly by some terrible news. Is this the time to reassess where we're putting our money? Now, one expert seems to think so. In more terrible news, we are seeing some of the biggest companies in the world continue to announce layoffs. Are you guys at all surprised that no one's safe from these cuts? And Twitter is getting some pushback from some personalities over the payment of the blue check mark, and one of them is worth $1 billion. Any guesses as to where this pushback is coming from? Now, before I continue, guys, please take a second, smash the like button for the video. Really helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and helps get more eyes on the facts that people need to know about. And if you guys are in need of your daily dose of the truth when it comes to the state of our economy, the stock market, the housing market, Social Security, and everything going on in Washington, D.C. that affects our lives, our families, and our bank accounts, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And for the best way to invest in gold, hit the link in the description down below of this video. So guys, the battle against gas emissions is reaching all-time highs, or if you ask some people, it's reaching new lows. So cows in the UK could possibly be given a methane blocker to reduce their emissions as a part of the country's goals for their climate. Can you guys believe this? They're trying to give cows methane blockers. What are they, like, trying to prevent all these cows from farting or something? And also, why are they targeting cows this time? They want that net zero growth strategy to work. And with about 9.4 million cows and calves in the UK, green groups assess that they're responsible for about 14% of human-induced climate emissions in the country. Now, although these groups aren't necessarily satisfied and they argue that this new suggestion to help lower emissions is not enough. Now, it's nice to see that they have their priorities in order, right? I swear energy prices in the UK are already astronomically high. I guess cows are a much bigger concern than their own citizens running out of money to afford energy. They say that their bills could rise as much as 133% soon. Now, just think about that for a second. And it's also worth noting that their food inflation has gone beyond 17%. But no, they're focused on climate change. Do you guys agree with that? And do you agree with Twitter now implementing a paid subscription for their blue checkmark? The White House clearly doesn't think it's a good idea, as they've said that they will not pay to have their staff's official Twitter profiles be verified. Now, according to the White House Director of Digital Strategy, Rob Flaherty, quote, "It is our understanding that Twitter Blue does not provide person-level verification as a service. Thus, a blue checkmark will now simply serve as a verification that the account is a paid user," end quote. Now, the problem is that these staffers, they rely on this verified status to ensure that the public is informed on behalf of the Biden administration. You know, it kind of gives the people the assurance that the message came directly from the White House. But nah, we're most probably going to see more of these officials lose their verified status soon. So now, really, who can you trust? But you know who else is not going to be paying for their check marks? I've got Chrissy Teigen, Jack Black, and one of the richest NBA superstars in the world, LeBron James. LeBron James. But here's what the king had to say about it. Quote, "Well, guess my blue check will be gone soon, because if you know me, I ain't paying the 5. End quote. Jack Black kind of dared Elon Musk to take his check mark away by saying, quote, "I'm a little embarrassed by the blue check, to be honest with you. Maybe it's cooler not to have the checks. It's definitely not cool to pay for it. I'm going to see what happens if I don't pay for it. I'm going to call his bluff. See if he really takes away my check." End quote. Now, as of the making of this video, they still have their check marks, even though it's now way past the start of April, the date when they should have all lost their verified status. Now, it's just crazy how quickly Elon Musk has turned into a villain compared to the first few days when he took over the social media platform. But how about you guys? Are you willing to pay to have that blue check mark on Twitter? Or is it more of a joke to have one now? Now, here's something that isn't a joke. A prediction of what could possibly happen to the stock market soon. JP Morgan Chief of Asset Management, Bob Michel, had a strict warning for investors in a recent interview with Bloomberg. According to Morgan, quote, "In the next quarter, we could see risk assets rise. You could have a good feel period and then reality catches up. If we've been taught anything this month, you may see it coming and you may not. You don't know exactly where it will hit, but once it hits, you own what you own." end quote. Well, that could be very problematic. A brief time where everyone's in a good spot and then wham, all of a sudden a collapse. Now, I'm not going to tell you whether to listen or not to listen to stuff like this because you have your own judgment, but I'm gonna give this guy his props for being open about it. To be honest, I've been preparing myself and my household for a long time, and the same thing I've been doing with my money. Note the order of which I protect things the most. My family and my loved ones come first. Next is how I take care of these people. For that, I need shelter, food, cash. It sounds incredibly simple, but it's really not that easy. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. What are you willing to do to protect your loved ones? Now, remember I asked you guys about moving your assets soon, right? Well, that's what Chairman and CEO at Rubini Macro Associates, Norel Rubini, is trying to tell us. And he says that we should probably be very careful about the stock market, but be assured that gold is one of the safest options at this time. Now, of course, for the best way to invest in gold, there's a link in the description down below this video, but I'm certain that there will be people who will judge me on what I'm about to talk about when I talk about gold. Oh, you're pushing gold because you're heavily invested in it. Well, yeah, I kind of practice what I preach. And it's not like I have control over your portfolio. Check out how far gold has come and where it's best to keep your wealth safe. By the way, gold just crested over $2,000 an ounce. All I'm telling you guys is what I like to do with my money. I also have investments in the stock market, but I'm also looking at those very carefully as well. But even with all of that, I'm pretty sure that at least one comment or message is going to be coming saying that things are okay. And you're going to comment that everything's going well, inflation's going down, and that we don't need to worry. Well, why is McDonald's, one of the biggest fast food chains in the world, announcing layoffs?
Right now, McDonald's is preparing to cut hundreds of jobs. The company announcing it's closing U.S. corporate offices through Wednesday to notify employees virtually. CBS News' Tara Molina is live outside headquarters right here in Chicago. And Tara, experts say they've never seen a company handle layoffs like this.
Erica, that's exactly what we heard here today, with McDonald's making a unique decision to close all of their offices as they proceed with these layoffs.
I've never seen a company close their entire office with the announcement that they're going to be letting people go virtually. That is a new step and an interesting one.
Jobs expert Andy Challenger on the new move by McDonald's, choosing to close up offices Monday through Wednesday. The Wall Street Journal citing an internal email from the company on staff working from home while layoffs are handled virtually. Just
imagine that. You would think that you'd be safe in such a huge company that's making billions of dollars a year, right? I mean, just last year, their annual revenue was almost $24 billion. We're seeing big companies that were cutting back on people, companies that you never thought would do such a thing. And these layoffs will lead to even more hardships. What challenges are you guys facing these days? I'm asking you guys because as much as you're here for me on all my videos, that's how much I would like to be there for you as well. I understand that a lot of us are facing different financial issues, but it really shouldn't be the case, especially if you're willing to go above and beyond and get out of your own comfort zone. Maybe you want to learn about the stock market, investments in real estate, or even in gold. Maybe you want to become an entrepreneur and focus more on building more cash flow every single month. Like, how much money would you like to earn every single month? $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, $50,000 a month? Like, do you have any goals set for yourself in 2023? I want my community to be aware that you can generate multiple streams of income through side hustles or small businesses. Now, if you want to learn more about these, maybe I'll create more videos about this. Just leave me a comment down below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys soon. Please be kind to one another, and I will see you guys on the next video.